That's the last time I got to see him.
Tonight, a devastating loss. We're hearing from the father of 2 children killed in a house fire over the weekend.
And leave now. That's the stern message from Fond du Lac leaders tonight to Line 3 protesters.
Plus, Wisconsin's governor is stepping up the fight against COVID, why there could be more vaccine options in our region.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're learning more about a weekend fire that took the lives of 2 children in northwest Wisconsin.
Flames broke out around 4:45 Saturday morning at a home on West Semrad Road in Minong.
Inside were 10-year-old Phoebe Dan Hartog and her 13-year-old brother Thatcher. Neither made it out.
CBS3's John Cardinelli spoke with their father, who's grieving an unspeakable loss, but thankful for the community support he's received.
They sang happy birthday to me. We all had a piece of cake.
Mark Dan Hartog will always remember last week's birthday party as the last time he was with his 2 youngest children.
I said goodbye, and I said bye. I told him I love him. And I walked out the door, and that's the last time I got to see him. So we got to say I love you and goodbye. But, yeah, it was intense.
Dan Hartog then left to take care of his mother several miles away. Saturday morning, he got a text from his 15-year-old daughter that smoke was inside the house. He raced home to a terrifying sight and devastating news.
Thatcher and Phoebe are still in the house. I went running. I couldn't, nothing. I went running. And the first responder there was actually the Minong chief of police, or chief of the fire department. And he had cut me off and grabbed me before I could just run through the flames into the house and said, you can't do nothing, it's too late.
Along with the kids, the family dog was left behind as well.
So the dog went to them. It fought through the fire to get to them. And that...
Dan Hartog says his daughter Phoebe was a tomboy who loved being outside and spending time with animals.
She's queen of tall tales. She would tell you a story you knew was wrong, but you can't call her out because she'd get mad at you because, you know, like this story's true.
His son Thatcher was a fan of baseball and the Chicago Cubs. He had a heart of gold.
He was honest and just a defender of right. He didn't like people mistreating other people, regardless of who it was.
In the midst of his grief, Dan Hartog says he's been lifted up by his community with a lot of support being given to a GoFundMe. Donations will be used to honor the 2 lives lost.
What we have decided to do with where the bedroom was of that house, we're going to put a gazebo there as a monument to our children.
The father says while the pain is fresh, he finds comfort knowing that the siblings were together.
I was just looking through my phone and I found a picture. All cuddled, they were all on the floor watching TV. They fell asleep that way, all 3 of them. So I look at that picture and I'm like, that's how I want to remember them. They were together, they went together, and they've been together like on the weekends, inseparable, and yeah, it's a good peace of mind.
If you would like to help the family, we have a link to the GoFundMe on our website. It's still not clear how that fire started.
Let's check in on the weather now with Dave Anderson. Dave, this is what I like to call fool's spring out there. Sure is nice, but I doubt it's going to last.
No, it's going to be gone in probably a matter of hours.
Okay.
You know, the clouds have been increasing all day long, and we're looking at a decent chance of snow tonight. Just light stuff really for many of us, but on the edges of our region to the west and to the east, it could be a little more serious. Winter weather advisory in effect, for example, for northern Wisconsin and the UP until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. That zone could get 3 to 5 inches of snow. Then till midnight tonight from Bemidji to Brainerd, that zone could run 3 to 5. The rest of us perhaps more a trace to 3, trace up north 3 here around the Twin Ports region. Eyeing up the current scene here, the light snows are beginning for parts of central Minnesota, central and northern. Little rain is mixed into parts of Wisconsin at the moment. 80% chance you'll get some of this snow here tonight, but it should be gone as early as tomorrow afternoon and return towards partly cloudy skies. And the high goes back to warmer than normal at 31. Today we hit 41 for a few places, so it's a little cooler. Is that a trend or just a one-day dip? We'll talk about it with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. After nearly 36 years with the Duluth-based women's fashion retailer, Maurice has announced today CEO George Goldfarb is retiring. Taking his place, David Kornberg. Kornberg most recently led fashion retailer Express as president and CEO for 20 years. Kornberg stepped down in January after Express announced lower than expected sales at the end of last year. Goldfarb, who served as CEO for 10 years, will now move to the board of directors, while he will serve as an advisor. In 2019, European private equity firm Op Capita purchased Maurice's from Ascena for $300 million after 14 years of ownership. Maurice's has 940 stores nationwide.
There will soon be more resources available connecting people to the COVID vaccine in Minnesota. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced a new partnership with more than 30 COVID-19 community coordinators. The organizations will connect communities to information about the virus, testing, and vaccination opportunities. The group will put a focus on communities of color, as well as Native, LGBTQ+ communities, and Minnesotans with disabilities. Walz says while they're making progress on vaccination efforts, it's still too early to tell when life will return to normal.
But I think over the next week or two, we should start to see a pretty good approximation picture of when folks are going to be vaccinated, when we'll hit those totals, when we'll get approaching the 3.53 million that we'd like to see, and what that will mean for activities.
Hy-Vee was also added to the Minnesota Pharmacy Vaccine Network.
Itasca County COVID-19 vaccination clinics have set new dates for residents to get their shot. The rescheduling comes after severe weather in southern states caused shipping delays. Those who were scheduled to receive their first doses through the Itasca County Public Health Clinic on Monday are now slated to get them Thursday. Those who were scheduled for their second doses on February 18th will now receive them tomorrow. As of Saturday, nearly 8,000 Itasca County residents have been vaccinated. For more information on how to register or schedule changes, you can head to our website.
Wisconsin is planning to open 4 new vaccine clinics, including one to serve people in the northwest part of the state. Governor Tony Evers announced the new clinics today. They're expected to open in the next couple of months. One is planned for each Douglas and Barron counties. The goal is to get more vaccines to underserved areas. Governor Evers says as people get their shots, they still need to take precautions.
Folks, even if you have received one dose or completed your vaccine series, we need your help to keep your friends and neighbors who haven't been vaccinated yet safe and healthy.
Evers is asking everyone to follow current health and safety guidelines. Leaders on the Fond du Lac Reservation are asking Line 3 protesters to leave the area.
They've been camped out near the pipeline reconstruction site since January. But now, after an explosive scare during a protest last week, band leaders said today enough is enough. In a statement, band chairman Kevin Dupuis reminded people that the Fond du Lac Band entered into an agreement with Enbridge over this reconstruction project. He said they considered that move extensively.
Dupuis asked people to respect the band's sovereignty, adding that it's offensive and inappropriate for non-Indians and outsiders to claim they are there to protect the band and its resources.
Now, elders from the Fond du Lac are taking it upon themselves to spread that message and keep the peace. CBS 3's Emma Quinn has their story.
Enough is enough. A group of elders from the Fond du Lac Reservation are counter-protesting a group of Line 3 protesters who they say are too aggressive.
We've supported their right to protest here and protest the pipeline, but there are too many out-of-town people coming in that have no real good stake in our care and concern for our water.
This comes after events that occurred Friday afternoon when law enforcement were called to investigate a suspicious package that was thrown out of a vehicle during a protest against Line 3.
It scared and caused concern and trouble for a lot of the elders and other homeowners on the hill.
While that package was found not to be an explosive, the elders say the protesters' behavior is intolerable. So the elders are hoping coming together will spread some peace.
I'm seeing the relationship is mellowing. I'm not seeing a lot of radical behavior right now, and that was our purpose, was to come here and let's calm down.
Elders say they'll continue to keep an eye on the protesters for as long as necessary.
So I hope they are able to kind of screen who they bring in a little better and keep this a safer community.
We did reach out to the protesters for comment today. We have not heard back as of news time. In a statement yesterday, they called it shameful to paint protesters as a threat when they say they're trying to protect the land.
U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar opened the first Senate hearing examining the insurrection at the nation's capital today. The Democrat from Minnesota said lawmakers owe it to Americans to figure out how it was infiltrated by hundreds of protesters on January 6th.
We are here today to better understand what was known in advance, what steps were taken to secure the Capitol, and what occurred that day, because we want to ensure that nothing like this happens again.
Today's bipartisan hearing included witness testimony from the Chief of U.S. Capitol Police and other law enforcement leaders.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, even with the pandemic carrying on, the 47th American Birkebeiner will begin tomorrow, but things are a little different. We have the details next.
31 was this morning's low, 40 the daytime high at the airport in Duluth. It's warmer than normal for both of those counts, and still will be warmer than normal tomorrow, but we will descend a little bit. We'll talk about how low the temps could go and our chances of snow coming up on top of all of that, coming up right after our break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
The President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around, and right now everything is an additional 25% off.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs, including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate copays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with the Give Back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Here's the bottom line. Call to get significant benefits at no additional cost and see if your zip code has coverage with the Give Back benefit. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
In public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. After these infusions, everything just kind of turned around and I was able to start enjoying things again.
To learn more, give us a call or visit us online.
Like saving money on things you like and want? It's time to shop Northwest Outlet. Save up to 50% off on all Northwest Outlet's massive inventory. And that includes all Columbia and all the North Face with all the latest styles, colors, and sizes up to 4X. We're not done yet. Up to 50% off. Hats, gloves, mitts, snowsuits, pants, jackets. It's all here in stock now. And up to 50% off. Northwest Outlet, the area's favorite clothing and sporting goods store. 1814 Belknap, Superior.
He's thinking new mattress. She's thinking, well, a lot of things. It's okay. Get an extra 25% off our already low Slumberland price. The Sealy Posturepedic mattress on closeout for only $529. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
He is not scared of us at all.
There are monsters among us. What we do with them and how we decide to root them out is a reflection of who we are.
Stay with him, breathe with him, before he realizes, oh snap, I'm dead.
He thinks I'm the weak link. To me.
Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show!
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
This warm spell continues to amaze us almost as much as last week's cold snap did. High temps today, roughly 35 to 45 degrees above zero, so another warm day out there. Some of the temps in between, well, included International Falls at 39, Grand Rapids at 40, Superior 42, Ashland's there as well, 44 degrees in Hayward, but Grand Marais by the lake, top that by a degree, and 41 to 43 in the Upper Peninsula. Tomorrow's high temps will tumble just a little bit, maybe running about 27 to 34. but that's still warmer than normal, which is about 25, 26 this time of year. And of course, we have a snow chance coming around tonight. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But first, we have a quick look at the current conditions, and they're coming in from Duluth International. 37 degrees. West wind 3 miles per hour, 29.69 inches of mercury. Our barometric pressure on the lower side because of a low pressure system working through the area, bringing us an 80 to 90% chance for snow overnight. It'll hit us quick. Some of us, it'll just tickle us a little bit. Others could be hit a little bit harder for totals. We'll show you a map on that in just a bit. But here's our current temperatures at this hour, which show 36 to 37 in the UP. And about 36 to 38 in northwestern Wisconsin. It goes as cool as 30 up the Gunflint Trail in Minnesota to as warm as 37 degrees in Hermantown and Moose Lake. And again, tomorrow, keep in mind, it's going to be just a little bit cooler than it was today, but still warmer than normal. That's the gist of things here. What's going on then? Well, Doppler and satellite map shows low pressure system tracking to the east, now dragging its cold front through our region, and still kicking up some rain ahead of the frontal boundary, and cool enough for some snow behind it. So, like I said, 80 to 90% chance for snow in our area tonight through early tomorrow morning. And by the time things are settled down and we get out to shovel, folks in the snow belt just might run 3 to 5 from just outside of Ashland over towards Ironwood and point south. The Walker, Minnesota area, including Brainerd and even Bemidji, could go 3 to 5 as well, but right down the stripe of the middle, it's a trace to 3 inches. A trace up towards Orr and Ely, places like that, and maybe 2 inches for Duluth, Superior, and getting towards 3 once you get to Solon Springs and Moose Lake. So not a huge system, but again, could grease up the roads and cause a little bit of trouble, so do travel cautiously. 80% chance for the snow in Minnesota tonight, with lows getting cool inland. 12, for example, International Falls, with staying mild by the lake. 24 on Park Point. Wisconsin and Michigan numbers are a little bit warmer. They'll be in the low 20s pretty much across the board, with a 90% chance for the snow happening for folks there. Now tomorrow, partly cloudy sky builds in by the afternoon for Wisconsin and Upper Michigan. High temps run 31 to 34. So yeah, still warmer than normal, just not as warmer than normal as today. Tomorrow, 27 to 34 in Minnesota with sunshine. And now with the extended forecast, it stays pretty much warmer than normal through Saturday. Friday might have a little bit of light snow. Sunday could get a touch as well. But Sunday's the day we start to fall down temperature-wise, Tony.
Okay.
Our daytime highs will fall below that 26-degree threshold for at least 3 of those 4 days, or 2 of the 3 days. And then the overnight lows will be in the single digits, but above 0. So not a total descent.
I can't imagine snow lovers are too happy right now. I can't believe just 2 days, you know, with the temperature around 40 degrees, how much snow that actually melts. You see lots of grass exposed already out there.
And a lot of pavement poking through, and it can't be helping the ice conditions on Lake Superior.
I can't imagine
folks,
it is.
Wear your life jackets if you're going to venture out there.
That's good advice. Thanks, Dave.
In a year unlike any other, the 47th American Birkebeiner will also look different, but the excitement is just as high. The annual cross-country ski race begins tomorrow in Cable, Wisconsin. The track will be a looped course, and waves are spread over 5 days. For safety purposes, event organizers removed busing, gathering spaces, and are not allowing fans. Around 5,000 people signed up for the in-person races, and 3,500 skiers will compete virtually. Though this Birkie will look different compared to years past, the changes are what makes this year so special.
This is not what we call a traditional Birkie. There's definitely not a one-size-fits-all Birkie here, but at the end of the day, it's Birkie, it's the community, and it'll carry on as what Birkie 2021 was all about.
The Birkie runs through Sunday. We will have live coverage of the event right here on CBS3 this morning, starting tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Here's a live look at the deck right now. They're gearing up for one of their busiest weekends during the pandemic. Starting tomorrow, they will be hosting the COVID testing site, hockey games, and dance competitions. The convention center will also be hosting COVID testings and vaccine clinics. For the deck's interim executive director, Roger Reinert, this is welcome news.
March will be, in terms of our own generated revenue, the busiest month that we've had during the pandemic, and almost 4 times as much generated revenue, earned revenue, as we've had over any other month. So that's good news.
The deck is estimating a loss of more than $6 million during the pandemic.
Coming up in sports, tonight's hockey game over at the Heritage Center is about more than just scoring goals. Kelly tells us why, coming up next.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC and get $5,000 purchase cash on 2021 Sierra light-duty crew cab models. Or current eligible non-GM owners get over $5,200 purchase allowance.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
Amazing power, amazing speed, one ultra cool price. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Experience blazing hot speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Turn up the intensity with powerful in-home Wi-Fi and stay chill with 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
New DQ Rotisserie Style Chicken Bites. I love you just the way you are. I never thought unbreaded chicken this good was possible. Your oven-roasted 100% white meat chicken is 100% perfect to me. Finally, chicken that is tender, juicy, and flavorful all by itself. Or dipped in ranch. Or on a salad. Or in a basket with fries. Thank you, DQ, for giving me just what I needed. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs, including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
I'm Dr. Mariah Scooby, and I'm a general surgeon at St. Luke's. I grew up in a small town in northern Minnesota, and I also had the opportunity to travel internationally doing medical outreach. And what was really striking was the health disparities. I was driven to become a physician to address those disparities and to bring the very best of healthcare to every person, regardless of their circumstance, background, or location.
Don't let the weather ruin your day.
Covered by a winter storm watch.
Dave Anderson, Caitlin Moffat, and Peter Kavikauskas. The CBS3 weather team, tracking more than just severe storms. Dave.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, there is a lot more than just a hockey game happening tonight at the Duluth Heritage Center. The Duluth Denfeld boys hockey team has partnered with Minnesota Hockey Fights Cancer campaign to help fund a good cause.
Best protection is early detection. Help us with our goal.
Together we can save more lives. Stop out cancer.
They've set a goal of raising $1,000 for the American Cancer Society at their game tonight. As of this afternoon, they've already raised $765, many leaving notes honoring those they've lost to cancer. To help the hunters get to their goal, you can donate on their GoFundMe page. You can find a link on the sports page on our website, cbs3duluth.com. And if you won't be at the Heritage Center tonight, we have more high school hockey on My 9. Greenway heads to Miners to take on Virginia. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. The Milwaukee Bucks will be allowing even more fans into Pfizer Forum tonight for their game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. A capacity of 10% is being permitted by the Milwaukee Health Department. That's around 1,800 fans and means selling tickets to the general public for the first time in over a year. Those within 30 feet of the court are required to take a COVID-19 rapid test, and fans are required to sit in their assigned seats for the entire game and are required to wear masks. It'll be a debut for new Timberwolves head coach Chris Finch. Minnesota hasn't won the border battle since 2018. Drew Holiday is out tonight for the Bucks. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. With their COVID-19 outbreak behind them, the Wild seem to be playing some of their best hockey yet right now. Minnesota exploded for a 6 goals against the Sharks last night, the most they've scored in a game so far this season. It extends their current winning streak to 3 games. Head coach Dean Evason says the biggest difference is that they've been playing with confidence and taking it one day at a time. The Wild have a big West Division clash with the Avalanche in Denver tomorrow night. And today, the Wild announced that Evelyn native John Masich has been presented with this year's State of Hockey Legacy Award. It recognizes those who have made extraordinary and long-term contributions to hockey in Minnesota. Masich led Evelyn to 4 straight undefeated seasons and state titles and is 87 years old. Well, the wrecked SUV of pro golfer Tiger Woods has been lifted from the crash scene. A tow crew had to use a huge crane to right the mangled vehicle that rolled off the roadway in Southern California. LA County fire officials say they responded to the crash shortly after 7 a.m. and had to cut Woods out of the vehicle. He was then taken to a local hospital where he was undergoing surgery this afternoon. Officials say Woods was the only person in the vehicle. An investigation is underway. We'll have updates as they come in tonight at 10. That's going to do it for sports for now. Kristen and Tony, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, as COVID continues throughout the United States, convention centers like the Deck are struggling to stay afloat. Tonight, we're taking a deeper look into the Deck's anticipated busy week and why it feels like a light at the end of a long tunnel for the venue's employees.
Scientists say a rare particle found in Antarctica back in 2019 traveled through space to get here. Researchers released this animation showing how the space particle ended up on Earth's South Pole. In a study published Monday in the journal Nature, scientists say the particle was actually a part of a star that was shredded from the force of a black hole. That force hurled the remaining debris into space. Researchers say this all happened some 700 million years ago. But scientists didn't catch a single particle of the star in Antarctica until about 2 years ago. They have been trying to figure out where it came from ever since. Unsolved mystery. Can't wait to hear more about that one. And Dave, I can't wait to hear more about the weather. More sunshine on tap.
No.
No?
Well, maybe tomorrow.
A little bit, come on.
Tonight, first, we have to deal with particles coming from the sky. Hydrometeors, snowflakes. It's an 80 to 90% chance of snow overnight. See, Tony was right. Come Wednesday, we do go back to sunshine. It's just I've been dwelling on the snow so much, I forgot all about the sun. And it does stick around through Thursday. That day should be mostly sunny before we get another chance for light stuff come Friday.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.